All right, today we're going to talk about what I think are some healthy aspects of a good bromance. You'll learn the key features of a bromance and some aspects of each, so stick around till the end if you want to know what a healthy bromance is, and even why some people might consider aspects of it toxic. Let's get to the episode. So, before we dive in, this is a fitness, bodybuilding, psychology channel, so why does any of this even matter? Why even discuss a bromance? Well, some stats indicate that male loneliness goes up as we age. And as we age, it is harder to make friends. And there are some other disturbing mental health trends. So, if you know some of these things, you may be able to appreciate your bros more and also lean into them when things aren't going so well. This sort of ties back into weightlifting and training because I think we all know the benefits of weightlifting for our mood and generally the way we feel and our confidence and some other things. However, from a psychological perspective, we have this thing called the biopsychosocial model. With training, you are sort of optimizing sort of your physiology and your body. And through reading and watching videos, you can identify certain unhelpful thinking patterns and sort of try to optimize your psychology. However, I think we talk less about the social aspects. So this episode is really geared towards the social aspect of your psychology so that we can be complete athletes. And to facilitate this, we'll take a look at Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman's relationship, both on and off the screen. Number one thing, when looking at a good bromance, do you all have shared interests? Do you all like the same things? Weightlifting, sports, video games, anything really. Do you all have shared interests so that you actually enjoy spending time together? I think this is a really obvious thing to identify and maybe doesn't even need to be said, but I think a good bromance is built on a foundation of shared interests. Now, when you look at Deadpool and Wolverine, why does that sort of on-screen bromance work? Well, they have a lot of things in common. Heroing, maybe anti-heroing, killing, general badassery, and they both have this wild healing factor that probably makes them immune to the effects of alcohol, or at least mostly immune. Now, when you take a look at Ryan and Hugh's relationship off-screen, they have a ton of the same interests. They both, obviously, they enjoy acting. They both really enjoy sort of transforming their body and weight training, which sort of relates a lot to this channel, so they have that in common. They're both very kind individuals, both very entrepreneurial. Lord knows you all have seen all of Ryan Reynolds' Mint Mobile commercials. He's got a gin, I think. I think he also owns part in a soccer team, and then I know Hugh has probably some similar things there as well. Additionally, whenever they're talking about sort of making films, they value story over spectacle, so they have many things in common. The number two thing in a healthy bromance, outside of interests, is respect for competence. Now, these are in no particular order. This is just the order they sort of came up in my head. But the number two thing that I thought of was respect for competence. Now, what is that? This is basically within the things that you and your bro like, do you respect their competence in a particular activity? So for me, I've got a lot of bros who play fantasy football with me, and there are some that I truly respect their competence in that arena. Additionally, in the fitness and bodybuilding realm, there are some of my friends who I truly respect their consistency, their scientific approach to things, the number of clients they've been able to help, and I respect their ability to coach at this high level. So I have a really deep respect for their competence. Now, in the most recent Deadpool movie, if you haven't seen that, good God, go see that movie. You see that Deadpool has a deep respect for Wolverine as the X-Man, which spoke to Wolverine's competence in multiple ways. Some of those ways being killing, but also being a leader of a team and also being this model of what a good X-Man should be. And then when you zoom out and you take a look at Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman, if you watch any of their interviews, they talk about how much they respect the other's process, which tells me that they respect each other's competence. Being good at something is something that your bro can admire in you and you can admire in them. Number three, shared humor. Can you all laugh at the same things? Now, this might even be more foundational than interests. If you have a shared humor, you can make your bro laugh. If you can make your bro laugh, you will be more well-liked. There is also some research that bears out humor as a sign of intelligence, and it is always nice to be around people you find funny and intelligent. Now, just watch this clip from Hot Ones where Hugh and Ryan are interviewed, and you'll get a sense of what I mean by shared humor.
What's your mindset like going into this interview?
Thanks for using the word scorching.
Appreciate it. Yep.
Yeah, that was good.
Nice.
Because I was a little nervous and now I feel totally relaxed. I'm
I
ready.
always wanted to mouth sex a volcano.
So I'm going to do that today. Just to get my lips right around it.
Bang, there's Wolverine. And I haven't taken it off for 2 years.
It's just sleeping in it. Yeah, it's just an absolute cesspool.
But the moment
it's 3 days after Coachella down there.
Because a lot of people come up to me talking about you, and I say, shut up, I'm not interested. But they keep talking.
Number 4. This one is going to be the most controversial one. Shit giving. Now, what exactly is shit giving? Let's talk about something before we talk about shit giving. The degree to which you can shit give is also proportional, equal to or less than how good the relationship or how good the rapport is in the relationship. Whenever I use the word rapport, that just means the general working relationship or how well you all interact together. So, greater rapport, the more amount you can shit give, the less the rapport, the less shit giving you're going to be able to give. So, when I say shit giving, I mean ribbing, playful jabbing, playful name calling, and then also calling each other out in funny ways that makes the other person laugh, even when the humor is at their expense. So that's what I mean by shit giving. Again, with a greater rapport, the more heinous stuff you can say to your bro, and it be cool because you both know that it's coming from a good place and you both can laugh at it. I think this aspect of a good bromance gets truly misunderstood, and I just want to clarify that there are some aspects to shit giving that people don't really think about. If you can give your bro shit, it is a sign of trust. Additionally, it's evidence that you are a good listener because most of the shit giving is centered around stuff that they have said to you, stuff that they have done, stuff that you have noticed, so you are paying attention. It is a sign of good listening, and a lot of shit giving is callback to older times, which also has sort of a nostalgia piece to it. So I guess the last thing to say here is that from an outsider's perspective, if they were to only zoom in or witness just one interaction, and there's a lot of shit giving going from one bro to another, they could view that and take away the wrong message. However, if you are the two people in that friendship, in that bromance, and you are equally giving shit to each other back and forth, that may actually be a sign of a good relationship. It truly just depends on how good the rapport is and what the intentions are behind the shit giving. Generally, whenever you are shit giving, the intent is number one, probably humor, and then number 2, even if it is to sort of highlight something that they have said that might be incongruent with a certain situation, or maybe to point out a mistake in some way, still layered with a lot of humor, the intention is felt as good and positive. So this isn't like high school where, you have bullies who shit give and the rapport is just in the tank and terrible. Shit giving in terms of a bromance is a sign that the relationship is solid. Next thing for a good bromance, showing appreciation. So in psychology, we talk about something called affirmations. You'll see this in motivational interviewing, talk a lot about open-ended questions, affirmations, reflections, and summaries. And affirmations are just positive statements about, from a psychological perspective, a client's strengths, efforts, and other things. In a bromance, showing appreciation can just be showing admiration for something someone did. For me, I play fantasy football, and one of my buddies, he does a great job drafting. He does a lot of research. He puts in a lot of time and effort. And so whenever he makes a great pick, I show appreciation for that. I also have another friend who I just went on vacation with. We were at the beach, and multiple times we showed each other appreciation for where we were headed in life. I showed him my appreciation for his ability to communicate, and we just generally had this feeling of appreciation for each other. Now, check out this appreciation, the small clip of Hugh showing appreciation for Ryan's acting ability with the Deadpool mask on.
First of all, you're so generous, and the way you thank you, I appreciate it, I'll take it, but you're sort of under, no, it's my job to ask you, mate. What you do is unbelievable. It's the subtlety of it too. It's the comedy. I had no idea until I worked with you that really what you're doing is classic mask work, because you're in a mask.
Clown work, yeah.
Clown work. You have to be so expressive. That, as opposed to that, is a laugh.
Yeah.
And that, I watched how meticulous you were and how Sean would work with you. He said, I see what you're doing, but you need to have your face up more. I can see in the camera. But for you, it's the hands, it's the feet, it's the whole body position. It's everything, because this is funny, that's not funny. This is communicating that, and your meticulousness with that, I have never, ever seen before.
I love it.
Very cool. Another thing about appreciation is it has to be viewed as genuine. Like, you can't just say you appreciate something about somebody and it not be a true thing. Whenever you're showing appreciation in your bromance, it has to be about something real and personally meaningful to that person. So, like in the gym, if we got a workout buddy and they just hit a PR, we can show appreciation in many ways. We don't even have to say anything, really. Fist bump, high five, do a little yell even. You can show appreciation in multiple ways, and it doesn't necessarily have to be words. It just has to be about something real. There is nothing more real than someone hitting a PR in the gym. Another aspect of a good bromance is self-disclosure. We can see self-disclosures in vulnerable moments. And with these self-disclosures, this is a good indication of trust and respect. You are not going to self-disclose personal aspects about yourself, anything you're feeling emotionally vulnerable about, to someone you do not trust and respect. So if you feel comfortable disclosing personal hardship, this is a great sign that your bromance has a great deal of rapport. To jump back to Wade Wilson, Logan Howlett, Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman, we see a great deal of disclosures. Some took a little teeth pulling in the movie. Seriously, check that movie out. I'm actually going to go watch it again, probably tomorrow. But if you zoom out to Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds' relationship, there are tons of self-disclosure moments that you can view on YouTube where they are just disclosing feelings about each other, disclosing vulnerabilities, and disclosing emotionally hard times for them. And the only thing that is sort of sent back and forth is mutual understanding and respect for doing so. The last aspect of a good bromance that I want to mention today is seeing the best in each other and demanding it. If you haven't seen the Deadpool and Wolverine movie, this might be a little spoiler, but that's okay. Throughout the film, Deadpool is trying to pull the best out of Wolverine because he knows it's there. He knows he's the X-Man. And honestly, that's the way I feel about Wolverine too. Probably my favorite character. Now, check out this clip of not Deadpool, but X3 highlighting the best in Wolverine and demanding it.
In my world, you're well regarded.
You got the wrong guy.
You were always the wrong guy. Until you weren't.
You were an X-Man. Fuck that, you were the X-Man. He's a hero in my world.
We might not be the type of bro that we want to be until we choose to be. So, hopefully this video helped sort of outline some positive aspects of a bromance, and hopefully you can use it to sort of lean into the good relationships in your life. And if you don't have a good bromance, or if you don't have good friendships, perhaps you can start developing and building relationships that are going to impact you positively, both mentally and physically. And if you like this video, check out this next video where I dive deeper into shit giving and rapport and how to find the right balance of each. I'll see you next time.